Hey guys, A-Bomb here for noEHinTEAM, your number one source for awesome. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Today I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you guys about partnerships with large networks, specifically Machinima. And what brought this on? Well, some of the changes that they made recently in how they've kind of opened things up. If you wanna look into some Machinima drama, Woody has dropped Machinima. I know a couple other big YouTubers that were on their network have, because they apparently changed the contract. I don't know the inner workings and the finer details of that scenario, but I do know that they've opened things up for smaller channels, and we'll get into that in a minute. The gameplay is another new Crysis 3 gameplay. It was from the first day, so take it for what it is, but I was having some fun with the shotgun, and all I can say is if you guys are going to roll shotguns in Crysis, make sure that you're moving a lot, and obviously you can move fast, and that's the benefit. Because the distances, there's a lot of distance to close in Crysis, and a lot of guys are hanging out using cloaking and whatnot. If you really got to be motoring when you're using a short range weapon like that, and get the jump on guys, get in behind them, flank. It's no different than rushing in Call of Duty, but the obviously response times are a lot different. So keep that in mind. And I'll also say, don't be a noob like me in that first couple of hours and leave dog tags. It's kind of like, in fact, it's very much like Kill Confirmed in that not so much that kills don't count, but nothing counts towards your kill streak unless you go grab those dog tags, and they're indicated by those the little light beams that kind of pop up after you take a guy out. So I didn't realize that at the time, but make sure you're grabbing those tags, especially when you're running a rushing class like this, because you can really you can pick them up quickly, and you'll be on your way to your next target anyways. So all right, moving on. Machinima. Now, they have kind of changed things up in that they will allow small channels to submit, and they will, in some cases, they've accepted small channels. I don't have any numbers, for how many, channels that say have less than 1,000 subs are partnered with Machinima, but they exist. They're out there, and I'm sure some of these guys, they submit their channel for review. Machinima goes, "Yep, you're in. Good to throw the logo up, do your thing," and they get super stoked. They're like, "Yes, I've made it. I'm going to be the next big thing. I'm on Machinima. I'm unstoppable." And while that may be the case in some rare instances, the fact remains that getting partnered with Machinima or anyone else does not mean, in reality, doesn't mean a damn thing. If you're lucky enough to, develop a good relationship with a larger commentator or just a larger channel in general within your network, there may be some major benefits there, in that they may be willing to mentor you in some way, help develop and promote your channel. Shoutouts, which are like the holy grail for a small channel on a large channel, and that exists. And I've got a bit of a different perspective on this. I've mentioned it a few times on our channel that I used to play music, and now never reached any vaunted heights with it. But I remember, in my teens, I had a goal. I'm like, what would be really awesome? It'd be great if we did this, and this with music, and I would be super stoked on that. And in the end, actually exceeded those goals completely, and was able to travel, all throughout North America. Would have been awesome to go elsewhere, but tough to beat traveling everywhere else. I possibly could, within the confines of North America. I had an awesome time. Loved the guys in my band, and it was just a really great life experience. And one of the things that we accomplished that we had hoped and set out to do, based in Canada, it's pretty tough, but we actually managed to land a record deal with a company in the U.S. and with a label that we were very much enamored with. We grew up listening to bands on that label, and it was pretty exciting for us. We were lucky. We had some good friends who were in a band that kind of were a few steps up the ladder ahead of us, that were from our hometown as well. And like I'm talking about with the idea of a large YouTube channel kind of mentoring you, these guys kind of took us under their wing in a sense. They took us out on our very first tour, and they had a lot of wisdom that they could pass down from experiences that they had. And one thing we learned, and we knew going into it, was getting signed is not the end all be all. Unfortunately, it's exciting. It can be beneficial for a band, but everything comes down to the work that you put in. And in the same way that if a band gets signed and they sit on their ass and they don't tour and they're not pushing hard and they're not developing their craft, their music, their songwriting abilities, things just stagnate. Getting signed doesn't mean anything at that point. And it's the same thing with having a YouTube channel, like a partnership. When you get that partnership, it doesn't mean you can change anything. And in fact, some guys get partnerships and they've got a mediocre channel now. Guess what? They're probably gonna have a mediocre channel afterwards, and for years to come if they keep doing it. So if you're one of these small channels and you have an opportunity to get a partnership, don't sit on it. If you land it, that's the time to actually go balls out and really push it. You want to put as much time and effort into it as you possibly can, and and be realistic about your goals and where you think you're taking your channel. But if you're one of these guys looking for a partnership, don't expect it to be what propels you forward. It's a step, it's a milestone, but be realistic about it. And it can be very rewarding, working in a group. Like we really enjoyed the kind of the atmosphere of being on a label, and sharing time with other bands and traveling and touring with those bands. It's a fantastic opportunity, and a partnership on YouTube might be a great opportunity for you as well. But don't look at it as the end. Just look at it as a step on the ladder, one of the lower rungs, and hopefully when that partnership actually happens for you, you won't be disappointed by the results. All right, guys, and let me say this: I haven't talked much about these about the band life that I had. But if you guys, if you want to hear some stories, you want to hear some bit more, let me know. Maybe I'll do a couple of videos talking about it and just talking about our experiences and A to B to C to D, that type of thing. It'd be kind of fun to talk about it because I don't do it that often. And I will actually post links at the end of this vid to you can actually pick up one of our albums on iTunes, and it'd be awesome if you guys checked it out. And if you dig it, let me know, because it was a good time, a good part of my life. And make sure that if you enjoyed this creative outlet in my life, that you guys let us know as well. Me and Canuck and AK are we're working hard. We want to bring you guys more fresh content, and we're just glad that you guys are along for the ride. So thanks again. There you guys have it. We'll see you in the next video. Late. Hey guys, as always, thanks for checking out the video. Here's a few that you may have missed. On the left, Canuck put out a tactical video on sniping in Black Ops 2, pivot sniping. Go check it out, should really help your sniping game. In the middle, recent episode of Tell Me I'm Wrong. We always enjoy making them. Hope you guys enjoy listening to them. And finally, on the right-hand side, a challenge video, recent live comm. We are going to come up with a new challenge for you guys very, very soon. Sorry that we haven't done it already, but if you haven't completed this one, go check out one of my recent attempts and have a laugh. All right, guys, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.